And we're live. What's going on, guys? It's Julien Jean-Pierre from the Royal St.Lucian Seamoss Company, and I am at our apiary about to do some work on the bees. And I figured, hey, why not do a little video, a little live stream, and show you guys while I work in the bees, in the beehives, what I do, you know? So, without further ado, here we go. So I'll give you a little brief. What's up, Kirby? What's going on? Check it out. I'm at my our apiary. This is our bees. We got 4 hives, and today I'm coming to do a quick inspection of all the hives because last week I put them in here. I'm going to do an inspection. I'm also going to add in entrance reducers, and I'm also going to add feeders on them, just because these are new hives and we started them late in the season, and I'm concerned about them having enough food for them to survive into the winter. Yeah, Kirby, the bees are huge, and I'm like at my buddy's property right now. He's got about 48 acres north of Toronto, just north of Barrie, really. And so, yeah, this is me and our bees. And so I'm gonna open up the bees right now and do kind of like a quick inspection, and then I'm going to add the feeders on it. So, yeah, definitely. Let's talk about the bees, bro, and stuff. And with that, let me get my smoker. Gotta get my gloves on and some smoke so I don't get stung, and my bee tools. And let's go check them out. Yeah, here's my smoker. Got my little smoker going. Make sure I have enough smoke, because I don't know how aggressive these bees are going to be when I come into their hive. I know there's a couple ones that look really, really strong, and so there we go. Guys, let's let the top off. These hives are actually, these bees look like they're growing pretty strong. Stuff. It's trying to manage the phone. Well, so yeah, they've stuck this on here good, and I'm gonna have to use my hive tool to you know what? I can see them coming onto me, and a lot of them are coming back into the hive. So give me a second. I'm just going to put my hood on for full protection. Plus I'm standing in their flight zone doing the work. Well, you know what? I didn't have my veil on. I just put my veil on right now because I was standing in the flight zone and they kept hitting me. And one of the things you know when you're dealing with bees is when they, when they start hitting you in the head, that's when you know that there's an issue. So give me a second here. I'm going to shake these bees off right here. I got to invest in a tripod, really. And I'm going to smoke these guys. Watch them scatter when I smoke them. Okay, not enough smoke? Hang on. There we go. I'm going to clear that frame. So first, before I open up these frames, I'm just going to clean off some of this top comb here that they've been producing. This I don't want them to do. This is counterproductive to the beehive. Sorry, guys. So I clean this off. This guy's stuck on there. Because I want them to grow the comb properly. But what I've noticed, which is a little concerning to me, maybe I'll just leave a little bit of that stuff there, but see here, I want them to start, well, they just propolis this one. I want them to start building comb on here. And so far they're not. Which is not to say a concern, but you know what I mean. But it looks like the hive's growing. Bees are good. Some activity down there. And so I don't know if I should open these up and nah. I know they haven't. See, I can pull this frame out here, and if they haven't done this frame or they haven't touched this frame, that means they haven't touched the other ones. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to run and get my spray bottle, or I'm going to put those back and get my spray bottle. I'm going to spray the frames with sugar water to get them sort of onto the hive. And so I think what I'll do is I'll run and grab this feeder. And I'm going to put this on top of it and then close the hive. Gotta clean this off too, because this isn't, you don't want this on the top of your thing. Okay, let's smoke them a little more, get them out of here. So how long does it take a hive to make and develop honey? That's a good question. It's hard to say really. It depends on how good the nectar flow is. But like within a 1-year season, one hive can produce about 10 gallons of honey. So some of these guys here. I'm going to put the feeder on top. Hang on, I'm just going to rest the camera. Hang on. Put this on. So there's the feeder. I'm going to put the top cover on. Back on. And come on, bee. So hard not to squish bees. There. So I'll put the lid on here now. Go inspect the next hive. Oh, and one thing I got to make sure I want to put on is these things. These things are called entrance reducers. And what they do is they reduce the entrance for the bees to make sure that other bees don't come in. Oops. So it just does that. Reduces the entrance, basically. And the reason why you want the entrance reduced is that the bigger the entrance, the harder it is for these bees to guard their territory. So let me into the second hive. Fire going. Make sure there's enough smoke. Enter the hive. Looks like they haven't fully propolized on it, but they're active. They look like they're busy. They're not making too much burr comb, which is good. Here, let me take you and look inside the hive. So these are the bees. And then one of the things that we have in some of these hives, we have this thing called a screen bottom board. And I can pull this board out, and it can tell me what's going on in the beehive. If there's bugs, you know, because this is all the debris that falls down. So I'll check this stuff, and I'll look in it for different stuff like varroa mite and stuff. But it looks like they were just cleaning out different things were hatching from the brood. And then it also looks like they were grabbing the food for the feed and stuff. And so put that back there. And I think this one's going to get a feeder too, because it doesn't look like they've really... maybe this frame, who knows, but it doesn't look like they've really built out any of the frames. And so this is the closest thing they've come to it, and no, nothing's on it. So I don't know if I should run and go get my sugar water and just go spray these frames. Maybe if I can entice them to get on it. But there's ones on it. So I think once they get a little bit more feed, they might build those out. So I'm gonna grab my second feeder. And so just so you guys know, when I'm feeding them the sugar water here, there's no intentions of this being used for the honey that I actually take. They're going to use this mainly to draw comb, and then I'll stop the feeding midway so that they can just get regular honey and use that for their personal feeding. You know? Because personally, I would rather not feed them sugar water at all, ever, you know. But in this situation, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I caught an ant in here. Fucking ants are everywhere. And then I put the top cover on like this. Gonna invest in a tripod soon, don't you guys worry. Alright? Because okay, so that's 2 hives done, and I think what I'm going to do is just, unless something spectacular happens, I'm going to just go and finish what I'm doing and stop the live stream now, just because I want to be able to focus and concentrate. But if you ever have any questions about bees or about honey, you know what I mean, you know, feel free to reach out to me. You know, this is right now a little pet project that we're working on, and it's something that we hope that we can expand and scale once we sort of show proof of concept, and, you know, we'll be able to produce some really nice authentic honey, and you'll know it's coming from a good source that's like, what is it, sustainably harvest and all that. So this is Julien Jean-Pierre from Royal St.Lucian Seamoss Company, showing you our bee apiary here just north of Toronto, in a town called Brock, which is just also north of Whitby. Like I said, if you have any questions, send me a message, and I'd love to answer your questions about bees and honey. Take care.